PB Elder Law are the only firm in Western New York that are dedicated to elder law, and today we are here to get an overview of Medicaid. Jean Harris is a partner at the firm.
I think that people are afraid of the cost of long-term care, right? And so they also are concerned that Medicaid or any government programs are too restrictive. And so sometimes because of that, maybe they don't actually seek professional help by way of legal support or maybe care management services that they could avail themselves of. And so one of the things that we try to do is get as much education out there as possible so that people aren't making decisions in the dark.
So what does Medicaid pay for?
When we're talking about Medicaid, what we're talking about generally is healthcare services related either to aging or some manner of disability, paid for either at home by way of therapies or adaptive equipment, which allow an individual to stay in their home and not have to go into a skilled nursing facility. Or sometimes we are talking about things that which have advanced to the point of requiring skilled or assisted living care, and we're asking Medicaid to come in and help pay that bill so that the family isn't privately paying a bill to the tune of $12,000 to $15,000 a month.
Are there any income or resource restrictions?
Yes, Medicaid is what's known as a means-tested program, which essentially means that you have to have no more than a certain level of income and no more than a certain level of resources in order to qualify. Income is considered to be anything that you're getting really on a monthly basis. So you would think of your Social Security or a pension or potentially an annuity payment in a form of income. Resources are sort of static assets, things that you have in the bank, like a checking account or a savings account. And whether an asset is considered one or the other, income or resources, can really dramatically impact your eligibility for Medicaid and what actually has to be done with those resources. So it's important to have things really evaluated by somebody who understands the exceptions for Medicaid, the exemptions for Medicaid, and how to categorize your assets.
Can a person gift money to qualify?
So that's one of the most commonly asked questions that we get here at PB Elder Law. Essentially, the answer is both a yes and a no. So yes, things can be gifted, assets can be gifted, but it must be done in a very specific and careful way. If there are transfers of assets within 5 years prior to the application for Medicaid going into the Department of Social Services, DSS, the Department of Social Services, can and will impose a penalty, which is a period of time during which the Medicaid applicant is not eligible for Medicaid, even if they would have otherwise been eligible. So we want to make a gift and we want to get assets safely into the hands of family members, but we want to do so in a way that is either going to work with the Department of Social Services or going to be a way that takes advantage of one of the statutory exemptions so that it's not doing something against what the Department of Social Services would allow. Here at PB Elder Law, one of our main areas of focus is Medicaid planning and asset protection for individuals so that we can help to preserve assets in the event that a person requires skilled nursing or long-term care. So we're always open to talking to folks. If they have any inquiries for us, all they have to do is give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'll get back to you and make sure that anything that you need is taken care of.
Some great information there, and of course if you want to find out more, you can see all the details up on the screen, and that's how you can contact the team of attorneys at PB Elder Law. They are a fantastic team.